Discover China.
It's a grand palace complex, a sacred site for Tibetan Buddhists. It is a model for ancient Tibetan architecture and a pilgrimage destination for countless believers. Weathered and ravaged by the winds of time and restored to its former splendor, this magnificent palace has been cloaked in mystery for over 1,000 years. Discover China unlocks the gates to the Potala Palace. Situated at the southwestern part of the Qinghai Tibetan Plateau in southwest China is a unique palace resting on a mountainside. The mountain, also called Red Hill, rising 3,600 meters above sea level in northwestern Lhasa, the Tibetan capital. The Lhasa River flows along the foot of the hill. A tributary to the Yarlung Tsangbo River, the winding riverbanks of the Lhasa River irrigates the fertile lands. It has nurtured these lands for thousands of years. Bathing in the Tibetan sun and caressed by the winds sits the Potala Palace. Standing at the roof of the world in Lhasa, this architectural wonder overlooks the Qinghai Tibetan Plateau with breathtaking splendor. Nearly 1,000 years ago, where this building now stands, stood a different structure called the Red Mountain Palace. Maijiaokungar County is located in the middle reaches of the southern Yarlung Tsangbo River, 60 miles east of Lhasa. It is embraced by valleys and widespread grasslands. According to historic records, Tibet was a place where barbarians roamed. Centuries after Tibet's slavery regime known as the Tubo, Tibet's first empire was established. a child born 1,300 years ago, marked the beginning of Tibet's civilization, as his cries echoed through the valley like the surging Lhasa River. His name was Songstan Gampo, the 33rd ruler of the Tubo Kingdom. His birth was to change the face of Tibet and that of Chinese history. As one of Tibet's most legendary and historic figures, he inherited the throne at the early age of 13. During the following 4 years, the energetic and ambitious young ruler had quashed civil unrest and conquered various tribes on the plateau. Finally, he chose Lhasa, present-day Lhasa, as the nation's capital. In the spring of 633 AD, desolate Lhasa turned into a busy, lively city. Atop the Red Mountain, which resembles a lying elephant, a 999-room palace was constructed. It was initially called the Red Mountain Treasure Palace. The Red Mountain was considered by Tibetans to be Lhasa's center. Looking down from the palace, the flat-topped Tibetan buildings surrounding the mountain resemble stars. Serving as a foil for the majestic palace, they separate it from the mortal world at the foot of the hill. The palace became a symbol of supreme power. Built along the mountain crests, it was seamlessly built in harmony with the ancient trees, precipitous peaks, and sheer cliffs. At the same time, Songstan Gampo was forging his kingdom in Tibet. The Chinese Tang dynasty had entered an era of great prosperity. Political and economical relations between the neighboring kingdoms became inevitable. Seeking a marriage alliance with the rich and powerful Tang Empire, Songstan Gampo sent a delegation. At that time, many other minority groups sent such delegations. The emperor would choose one husband for his daughter, Princess Wencheng. In a competition held for the princess's hand, the Tibetan envoy defeated all of his opponents and won the hand of Princess Wencheng. A mural depicting Songstan Gampo's wedding with 2 princesses is painted on the northern wall of the White Potala Palace. Princess Wencheng, the daughter of Emperor Taizong, was an intelligent and beautiful woman. She was an educated young woman, having studied history, culture, and etiquette, as well as Buddhism. To some degree, her arrival in Tibet contributed to the work on this architectural marvel. Her delegation brought advanced technologies, farming skills, seeds, and skillful artisans. The Red Mountain Palace was built in honor of Princess Wencheng's arrival. It was in this palace that Songtsen Gampo established Tibet's rules and laws, as well as Tibet's systems of weights, measures, and writing. He consolidated his power with Lhasa as the capital. From the vivid murals, the Red Mountain's once grand scale can still be seen. Tibet's era of fortune did not last long, however. A thousand years later, in 1645, the Red Mountain once again became Tibet's focus. In a groundbreaking ceremony on the Red Mountain, the 5th Dalai Lama, Ngawang Lobsang Gyatso, was presiding in person. The sacred palace was about to be restored to its past glory. This is Tsongkhapa, the founder of the Gelug sect in Tibetan Buddhism. In 1409 AD, he held the first prayer meeting in the palace's Jokang Temple. The powers of Buddhism, as well as the Potala Palace, were restored to their former standing. The 5th Dalai Lama became Tibet's new leader. In 1642 AD, the 5th Dalai Lama reunified the splintered kingdom. He then set out to build a new palace. The name Potala derives from the Tibetan word Potalika, meaning Buddhism's holy land. After 1,000 years, the Potala Palace finally came to life. Even the 5th Dalai Lama himself could not imagine that he had ushered in one of Tibet's greatest eras. Construction on the Potala Palace began in 1645. In 1648, the White Palace was completed, while construction on the Red Palace began in 1690 and completed 4 years later. This grand structure has stood on the Red Mountain ever since. The complex consists of the Red and White Palaces. The latter served as the Dalai Lama's living and working quarters. The Red Palace houses 8 golden stupas or reliquaries dedicated to 8 Dalai Lamas and various chambers for worshipping Buddha. Together with the Snow City in front and the Dragon Pool Lake at the back of the hill, They comprise one of the largest and most well-preserved such complexes, consisting of ancient castles, stupas, and Tibetan Buddhist temples. On top of the stupas and other important temples, gilded gable roofs are sparkling with golden splendor, along with precious vases and flags fluttering in the wind. Built by Tsongtsen Gampo, the Red Mountain Palace was surrounded by 3 walls. The Potala Palace, standing 116 meters high, covering 138,025 square meters, is far bigger than the Red Mountain Palace. The question remains, how were these magnificent buildings erected atop the rugged mountainside? Walls were built in varying heights on foundations made with rammed earth and stones. The main structures were then built on platforms supported by these walls. Beneath the floors lie the mountain ridges. The design provides a natural ventilation system to the building. Each room has a skylight, ensuring sufficient airflow and sun. This creates circulation through the natural ventilation beneath the floor. Even with the 5-meter thick walls, palace rooms enjoy abundant air and sunshine, keeping them cool in the summer and warm during the winter. Since the Red Mountain Palace was destroyed by a fire caused by lightning strikes, a lightning protection system ordered by the 5th Dalai Lama was designed and built during the construction of the Potala Palace. The gilded bronze Buddhist statues in the sutra pavilions atop the roofs serve as lightning rods. Once struck by lightning, the electric current would be conducted to the ground through the bronze ornaments on the pavilions. This system has protected the Grand Palace from lightning strikes for over 300 years. From the top of the Potala Palace, the White Palace, the Red Palace, and the gilded roofs represent the 3 Buddhist realms: desire, form, and formlessness. The colors shift from ivory white, crimson red, to sparkling gold. White represents compassion. Red is a symbol of wisdom and strength. Gold symbolizes supreme power. Offsetting the cold white walls, the gold walls and their ornaments glimmer, reflecting the sunshine. Each morning, the Potala Palace greets the first rays of sun. Devout pilgrims from across the world come here. Their chants echo in the valley. These acts of worship demonstrate the fusion of body, mind, and soul with Buddha. Worshippers will kneel down, lie on the ground and bow, relieving themselves of their burdens. The origin of these customs are still shrouded in mystery. These ceremonies have been taking place at the foot of the Red Mountain since the day this magnificent palace was built. Tibet is no longer the barbarian land it once was. It is revered by Tibetan Buddhists and countless believers around the world as a sacred site. Buddhist beliefs are deeply engraved in the hearts of many. Pilgrims may pass into Tibet for a moment of spiritual endeavors and will find their religious roots in the Tibetan culture. To this day, the Potala Palace stands tall amidst Tibet's valleys and rivers. Its doors remain open to anyone who wishes to enjoy its magnificent halls and listen to the pilgrims' prayers echo through the valleys and mountains.